Welcome to Everything Irie TV UK Drummers Special Edition, and this is Season 1. And on this podcast, we will be talking to drummers who have made an impact in gospel and secular. Some are even artists themselves. Today, my guest has played for the likes of Sugarbabes, Mark Ronson, Vivi Brown, Grace Jones, Professor Green, Loose Ends, just to name a few. Please welcome my guest, Andrew McLean in the building. What's going on, man?
Nice one, bro.
Man, how are you, man?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm good.
Yeah, it is good to have you here, and thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here, you know what I mean? And we've got a lot to talk about.
Yes.
You know, you've been in the scene for a little while.
You know what? It marks 25 years this year.
25 years?
5 years. That's showing my age, bro.
No, congrats, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you see what hard work can do? You know what I mean? Hard work and dedication. So we're going to get into all of that, man. So I want to go from the beginning, like your journey. Like, how did you get into drumming? What was it about the drums that you were like, yo, I want to play that?
Right. So basically what happened was I started playing piano first. So I grew up seeing my dad play in the house. Like my dad played all instruments, bass, piano, guitar, didn't play drums. And then my brother, obviously my older brother. So I used to share a room with my brother. And I always see him on keys, like playing. So then that kind of inspired me to play keys, right? So we had an upright piano in the house. So I started playing piano and whatnot, you know, throughout the years. And then one day, I was going through my brother's drawer, right? And I saw a photo of him playing drums at Steel Bend. I was like, I want to do that. So I said to my brother, bro, I want to learn how to play drums. So he was like, all right, this is what I'm going to teach you. So he got me 2 sticks, yeah? Obviously a pair of sticks. Yeah. And he taught me mammy, daddy. I'm like, what's mammy, daddy? But when I found out it was a double string, bro.
Yes.
But I did that all day. I was just on that. And he's like, right, you're getting better. Now learn this. So he kind of just showed me like the ropes of like what to listen to. But then what's interesting is, there was a tape that he had. And he was in this band called ABC. And I was listening to this drummer. I was like, bro, what's the drummer's name? He's like, Velroy. I was like, okay. And Velroy had a drum solo, right? So, okay, it was a thing where it was like, they're like, go Velroy, go for it. And he was doing this thing with a double pedal. And it blew my mind.
Shout out to Velroy.
He was using double pedals, man. Like, there's history. So literally, I listened to that. And then that was like my first kind of exposure to like a UK drummer other than like seeing what my brother could do.
Okay.
If that makes sense. And then my brother kind of showed me material to listen to, like Don Blackman, Heart's Desire, where Dennis Chambers was featured on it. Yes. And when I heard him do the triplets on the bass drum again, I was like, what is this I'm getting myself into? I need to learn this.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So then that was the whole process. And then from that point, I was 11, by the way.
Oh, you're 11. Okay. Yeah.
Then I went to, obviously, primary school. The only thing they had there in the music room was a snare drum. Yeah. So all I was doing was just like the double stroke rolls. That's all I kind of did on there. It's when I got to secondary school, my drum teacher gave me a VHS video that exposed me to Dennis Chambers, Louis Belson, Buddy Rich, Elvin Jones, like all of the guys. That's how the journey kind of started for me.
So your brother was a drummer beforehand then?
So my brother, he used to play drums in Steel Band.
Oh, yeah. So what did he get? Was he self-taught on the drums?
He was self-taught, yeah.
Okay. So the stuff that he was learning from the steel pans, he was just teaching it to you?
He basically, yeah. And I think that was the first thing, he learned was the mammy daddy thing.
Oh, okay.
Which is the double stroke roll, right?
Yeah.
So that's how it started.
Oh, so did you play in church then?
I played drums in church. I kind of dabbled in keys, but the thing was, all right, keys was my first instrument.
Yeah.
But see at church, my dad was like old school, innit? So he's like, it was 1, 4, 5. Yeah? C, F, G. You go to the second, what? Jasmine, I want that in here. Okay. So I had to hold, so everything was basic. You know what I mean?
Basic,
yeah. So we literally had to kind of stick to formation. But my brother, like, he played in church. He would kind of do his thing. My dad would give him the side eye, but it was all right. So then obviously when my brother's on on keys, I was just on drums, innit?
Okay.
Yeah. So
was there any like local musicians that you looked up to when you were playing in church? Was there any local guys that you looked to for like, the open guys?
So I'll tell you what happened, yeah? Where Velroy and my brother, so Velroy was playing drums for my brother at the time.
Okay.
So my brother's an up and coming artist. and whatnot. And basically through that connection between my brother and Vilroy, there was a time where I believe it was Beverly Knight was rehearsing, and I think my brother, someone took me down to the rehearsal. So Vilroy was there with another guy called Philip Barr. Rude boy. So basically, between the two of them, I'm just there amazed, like watching them. And I remember Vilroy and Philip taught me this thing. I think it was a paradiddle group, like where you're syncopating your right foot with everything your right hand does, right? And then there was another rhythm they showed me. And I just took that. I took that, bro, and I just ran with it. Do you know what I mean? So literally, those are like my inspirations, to be honest. Like the first two kind of drummers that I met.
Okay.
Immersion kind of. Yeah. And the one thing I must say, they showed me love. And that's what I felt, that love. It was almost like, come, let me show you this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the big rehearsal going on, but like,
As you can see, I've got this lovely t-shirt here, as well as others. Tracksuit, jumpers, t-shirts, you name it. If you want to get yours, just go to www.kingsimagedesigns.co.uk. And if you want a discount, just type Everything Irie for a discount. Walk in love, walk in grace, walk in fashion. Peace.
that's kind of carried me through life. So even when I teach at the schools, it's just love. Like music is love. It's about sharing. And it's nice to see someone that hasn't been able to play then be in a position to like hold a standard. Like, I'm playing. I'm like, yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it was definitely, yeah, those guys that kind of showed me something, you know?
Yeah. So your brother played a really big role in your life, because I'm going to tell you a quick story. Yeah. So there was a music venue called Hideaway.
Yes.
In Streatham. Now there wasn't much live music venues near where I am in Croydon. The only place actually. Do you remember Scream Studios?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a live room, but that was more for like the Rockets and just heavy metal.
Yeah.
But in terms of like a proper music place, it was Hideaway.
Yeah.
And I I've been there a couple of times, and I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on. And I saw your brother on the list, and I was like, okay, then checking out these artists, and I was like, yo, he's cold. I love his music.
Yes.
And so I did message him on Instagram. He didn't message me back, but it's cool. I had no idea it was your brother. So I was like, I didn't to see if we needed a drum. I'm like, yeah, man, up the red 109. Yeah, I'll start play for him. Yeah. And so I think it was Terry Smiles. I think I was having a conversation, and I mentioned Donny, and I said, "Oh, what, Andrew's brother?" I'm like, "No way! I had no idea that was your brother. I had no idea." So when you were growing up, did you and your brother have like a band? Did you have a band together? Did you form a band?
Joke now, yeah. So like, I think around the time I started playing, it might have been like 1992.
Yeah.
So my brother just got his deal, and I remember, I think Philip Barr, the same drummer,
Yeah.
was on drums for my brother. But I think it was Love Makes the World Go Round, and I think they were going to play at Jazz Caf. So they wanted me to feature me. These time I just learned drums, yeah. I'm just starting to play, yeah. They wanted to feature me on Love Makes the World Go Round. So I remember I came to the rehearsal. So like I sat behind the kit. Like 1, 2, don't you know the but I didn't have to wait. I didn't have what it took. But it was a good learning curve, because it was like, okay, so I'm here, I need to get to there. Do you know what I mean? So that was the time where it was like, I almost got to play,
Yeah.
but didn't quite make it. But then later on, I mean, now obviously I play for my brother and we gig a lot together. Obviously with the Grace Jones stuff as well. Yes, he's on keys for that.
Okay.
So it's funny. So like sometimes when I'm playing, I'm looking across the stage, I'm looking at my brother, just like, yeah, it's not looking at each other. Yeah.
Wow. So I want to talk about how we first met, or how I first came across you. Okay.
Yeah.
So just finished secondary school, and Facebook had just come out.
Okay.
And so I'm still getting to know, okay, who's everyone, what's going on. I'm just seeing random videos come up. Your video came up. There was 2 videos. There was one video you were just going around the kit, just going for it, right?
Right.
And then you had another video where you were like breaking down a lick. Man, I wanted to throw my shoe at that screen, man. Because I'm like, why he's so good? I can't lie, I was encouraged and discouraged at the same time, because I was encouraged to know, okay, all right, if I practice and put the work in, I can get like that. Of course. Even if it's half.
Yes,
even if it's half. But I was so discouraged. I'm like, how the heck am I going to get here? Bro, you were so good. And the thing is, you were going around the kit so fast, but you were so clean. And, hence the name as well, But no, seriously, like your chops, everything was just so tidy. And I think for me, because I just came out of school, I'm still getting to know who everyone is. And it's good. It was good for me to see drummers that were a little bit older than me.
Right.
Because when I was growing up, the drummer who played at my church was much, much older, like way older. But to see someone that's like a 2 years, not too far in age, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, there was like you, Breakbeat, Peter Matthews. The only reason how I knew about Peter Matthews was through Andre Fisher, because Andre Fisher went to my secondary school.
Okay.
And Peter Matthews used to play for John Fisher, Andre's day.
Yeah, that's right.
So Andre used to go in the band all the time. So I knew about Peter Matthews, but he was the only person I knew. Right. So seeing you now and seeing Sweet Sticks and some others coming in the scene, I was like, oh, this is good. You know what I mean? Like, these are people that I can learn from, you know what I mean? And so seeing you play was just like, this guy is so good, man. Just, it's absolutely cold, man. So I want to get into, how did you get the Sugarbabes gigs? Because I did see some videos of, some clips of you playing for Sugarbabes. How did you get into that, man?
So the story is, right, let's take it back.
Yeah.
So like, I had this VHS video, right? And Dennis Chambers, in the pockets, all of that. I was just studying this guy, constant. And probably that's where like the inspiration for the speed and just like going around the pit and all of that, right? And it went as far as like, I got obsessed, I got my mum's VHS video camera, right? Set it up. And there was a thing that Dennis did called a sweep between the floor tom and the snare drum. I think it was like, and I kept doing that. So I was almost trying to emulate what Dennis was doing. And I was speaking to the camera, hey, how you doing? I'm Andrew McLean, and I'm about to show y'all the sweep. Like, bro, that's where the stupid American accent probably came from anyway, like, influenced by him. Yeah. So like, you can imagine, I'm on this every day, like constantly practicing. So my brother's manager at the time, he used to come around the house and used to hear me play. So one day he would come upstairs and go check on me and say, all right, sounding good. And he said, I'm coming back for you. And I was like, yeah, whatever. So remember, I'm starting at the age of 11. So all these years he's hearing me play, age 19. He said, you ready? No, what do you mean? I said, I got a girl group. Okay. I want you to MD. I want you to be the drummer. I'm like, hey? I'm like, okay, what's the name of the girl group? Sugarbabes. Right, okay. So then he was like, find the musicians. So at this point,
were they famous at that time?
they were just launching.
Oh,
so it was beginning, like it was talking like I did the first TVs ever. See the UK, Top of the Boss, so that was fresh faced, like it's mad.
okay.
So literally, he was like, I need you to find some young band members. Everyone needs to look cool. Put a band together. I want you to MD it. I'm like, rah. And I said, getting the band members is cool.
Did you know where MD was though? Did you know what?
I knew what it was, but I was just like, I just want to focus on the drums, man. I know there was deal with everyone else in there. You know what I mean? It's long. So what I did was, at this point, I was at Lucian College. I'd met a guitarist called Andrew Smithson. Not Andrew Smith, but Andrew Smithson. Yeah. He then introduced me to a guy called Nathaniel Ledwidge. Bad boy keys player, So I'm like, okay. So I got a guitarist, I got a keys player. Wicked. So we go to Terminal Studios at the time when like everyone, like all the big bands used to like rehearse there. So I've gotten there now. I'm in the room. They've played overloads. I'm like, so like me, Andrew, Nathaniel, we're going through it, learning the parts. Like we're from church and it's our ears. We pick it up. Yeah. We're playing it back now. But we're like, I ain't no bass player. I ain't got no bass player. And these times I didn't know anyone that was at that level that could like, that's young. So anyway, on our break, I was like, let's get some fresh air. But as we're leaving out the room, next door Damage are rehearsing. Nathaniel Edridge knows some of the guys that's like next door, innit? So like he's introduced me to some of the guys. I think Jerry Brown was in there as well. Anyway, there's this guy standing there. I'm like, how you doing, man? And Nathaniel was like, yeah, this is Jason. He's a bass player. I said, you say what? Bass player? I was like, bruv, listen, we're next door.
After rehearsal,
Yeah. The thing is, he wasn't even there to play. He was just there watching the rehearsal.
Oh,
So it was an instant thing where I said to him, bro, I need a bass player. Plus, I need someone to MD this thing, man. Are you on it? Listen, Jason left that room and came next door, listened to the same song, and then we just went through it. And then from that day, Jason obviously became MD, bass player.
so hold on. Did you tell the manager first before?
Listen, like,
You weren't trying to MD, was you? You were like,
bro,
well, this right.
you know what it was for me? As I say, I'm 19. It's like, I can see where this is going. It's going to be a big gig, yeah? I just want to focus on my parts, you know? I just want to focus on my job, you know? I don't want to kind of take on the responsibility of everyone else and the pressures and all of this and the record company coming in. Oh, we don't like that. It's a bit too this, a bit too that. Let me let someone else. Let me sit there and watch and see how it's done.
But did you even hear him there?
I had faith. What from Nathaniel Edwards said this guy can play, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Nathaniel's, yeah, you know what I mean? Top tier. So, yeah. And then when he came in, I think he had a Warwick bass. He just bad up the thing, bro. I don't know. I think he had his bass with him. It was just ironic. It's like God put him there, like,
Yeah.
doing the preparation for this gig. So, yeah. So that's how it kind of started. And then from that point onwards, you know, he had his MPC. He was like kind of, you know, sorting out the show, getting all the segues and whatnot. As I said, we did all the first TV, CD UK, Top of the Pops, TFI Friday, Blue Peter. Like we did some mass. Yeah, it was crazy. I got some badges, bro.
Yeah. Cool. I forgot about that show. Yeah.
Bro, I brought my badge at home, man.
Man.
A little trophy still.
Yeah. What did your parents think of this? Because I'm sure from what you said earlier, that was quite strict.
Yeah, so my dad being a pastor, yeah, he was like, what? Play the secular music. I don't want that secular music. I'm like, Dad, look, it's work, innit? I said, Dad, listen, when you go to work here, you're mingling with people of the world. So it's the same.
Is that what you said to him? Your chest high, innit?
So hey, listen, I could have got licked down that day, but I got through. Somehow I
You got
through.
grace.
Yeah.
You got grace, yeah.
So Mum was cool. Mum didn't have a problem. You know, as long as, you know, you're putting your tax money aside, you know what I mean? And you're, yeah, that was her concern. But other than that, they were supportive. I think with my dad, like, it was funny with it. It was like bittersweet. Certain times you'd be all right with it, or certain times even practicing in the house. Man, stop the knives. Oh, come on, man. I need to practice. I need to practice. Yeah. So it was all right. It was all right. You know, the older I got, and when they saw, you know, money coming in, being consistent income, it was all right.
Yeah. What did you, when you done your first tour with Sugarbabes and you got your first check,
Bro,
what did you spend it on? What did
I
you spend it
bought a Pearl Session Select kit. I went straight to drums, bro. I bought a kit.
What drum shop? Was that the drum shop in Lewisham?
No. So at that time, they were big on Velro again. So what happened was, when I got on obviously that Sugarbabes gig, my brother knew Velroy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I need some drums, I need cymbals. So Velroy made the call to Zildjian with Tila Clark, got me my Zildjian endorsement.
Oh.
Yeah. He got me my Pearl endorsement as well, because he was with Pearl Drums.
Yes.
So basically, yeah. So having that endorsement, that enabled me to, I think I got a discount on the kit. So I was like, so I got a full endorsement, with the drums, obviously, but like my own personal kit to take home, that's mine, that I can scratch up and do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I think I got like a 50% off or whatever it was. So yeah, I bought a Pearl Session Select kit, which I still have to this day.
Still have. Is it gold badge?
Gold badge, yeah. But you see, the thing is, yeah, it's like, it's not the Master Series, but the Session Select has a similar badge.
Okay.
I made sure it was gold.
You done it on purpose.
Yeah. Because I'm coming from the Dennis Chambers days, innit? With the gold badge coils, the things.
Yeah. When did Sugarbabes blow for you? Like, because you said that you were there from the beginning. So when they first got like discovered, like, what was that like for you, knowing that, hold on, wait, they were just people that we just hanging around with. The next minute they're like big celebrities. Like, What was that transition like for you? How was that experience like for you?
That transition was mad. So like, obviously the first TV was CD UK, yeah. I've done he was a mime as well, so we've done the mime, yeah. And I'm looking at the girls like, raw, like we're here, innit? Like we're doing this.
Yeah.
How I knew they were big, it was a case of like, even when I got left there on my way back home, I was walking through my neighborhood, the ends.
Yeah.
And the kids that were playing out, they're all looking at me, and I'm like, why are they looking at me like? They're like, right, I saw you on TV. I saw you on TV. And I'm like, rah, this is big, like, rah, okay. And then from that point onwards, like, as I said, more TVs, all these, like, not limousines, but like these fancy Mercedes-Benz coming to pick me up and from the house. And I'm like, rah. I think it was Addison Lee at the time.
Yeah.
It was just like, rah, this is next level. And then obviously, you know, you're seeing the amount of like bookings, I guess, like gigs, shows. Like, this is big, man. You're big, like, it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was it from that gig that you were like, you know what? I can actually do music full time. I don't need another job like this.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was that kind of paved the way to show me the possibilities of, like, you know, what's out there. And I did that gig for like 4 years.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was good, man. So many experiences, man. Like, I definitely learned from that.
Yeah. So what other gigs did you do after?
After that, I was playing for a band called Soulside, actually. It was almost like a I say it says Soulside. Yeah, Soulside.
Okay, yeah.
It was like a I say personal project. I think I met Rick James through that, actually, bass player.
Yes. Yeah.
And then later on, Michael Smoothgroove joined.
Oh,
So that's how I met Ginger and Peter
right.
Matthews. That's how I met all the guys, like, through that. So I did that, and then I think after that, I think I did Ben Adams. There was so many things that came up. I'm trying to think, man. VV Brown, I think, was after that.
Yeah.
There's so many things kind of spiraled from that point onwards. But then, like, when the Grace gig came, which was in 2007, I kind of, like, the way like everyone was, it was like a family. Yeah, so I kind of took that as my family. So, like, even when I had different gig offers, I was just like, no. So I kind of made that my thing. So I turned down a lot of stuff to be kind of like committed, I guess,
Yeah.
to Grace gig. So that's why the longevity, because I've been doing that since 2007 till now.
From 2007?
Yeah, bro.
I thought you'd done it a little bit later on.
No. 2007 up until now.
Oh my God.
It's been a long stretch, man, but that shows commitment.
If you are looking for a dynamic duo, quartet, or a full live band for your event, or if you are an artist and need musicians, then please contact us on www.musiciansforyou.co.uk. I was gonna say, like, I saw you doing a few bits, and then I just didn't see you. I was like, what's up to Andrew? So, like, what happened, man?
No, so I was playing for an artist called Ed Druitt, and it's funny, you know, because, like, I thought about it and I thought, let me go on YouTube, Ed Druitt, and see if that clip of me playing at this outdoor festival is there, where I had my headphones on, yeah, playing a song now. The clip track, the clicks weren't level. So basically, the MD who put the show together, the clicks weren't at the same velocity, same volume, right?
Yeah.
So when the next track came in, listen, the way that resonated my eardrum, I literally pulled the heck on the flat. The pain was mad. So basically what that causes is a thing called hyperacusis, where I lost tolerance to sound. And I literally had to go through hearing therapy. I had to wear a hearing aid that played white noise, that covers the whole spectrum of sound.
Yeah.
And I had to wear that for like 8 hours a day. And I'm telling you, like, if it wasn't through the grace of God and perseverance and just knowing that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, I probably would have went mad. So I had to look at other things to kind of keep me occupied. So I couldn't listen to music. Sound was ridiculous. Like, I'm talking like, you talking to me now would have been excruciating. I would have been like that. So I had to go through, as I said, the hearing therapy every day. It was monotonous. Every day, bro. Every day, this white noise in my head. And slowly but surely, I started to get better, but it was in increments. So I'm talking, like, the hearing aid had like different levels, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was on level 1 for the longest time. Then it was like 1.5, almost 2. But I think what kind of really pushed my recovery rate was when Grace was going to. So I got hyperacusis in, I think it was 2010.
2010, okay,
Yeah. So obviously I was on the Grace gig. That was my gig. So there was a side note, take your time, just get well. But then I heard they were going to New York, and at this point I'd never been to America. These times I'm there playing around with an American accent because of then back in the day, and I'm like, but man's talking about this and I've never been out this America. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
But you lot are going out there, and I can't because my ear, bro. I cranked that hearing aid volume right up to 4, and I said, you're gonna deal with this pain. And literally I endured the pain, and slowly but surely, I kind of got there. It was a tough road, man.
Did you end up good?
No. I didn't. I mean, when I say I got there, I got there in terms of like recovery.
Oh, recovery, yeah.
America, like obviously I missed that first show out there, but obviously since then we've been to America. Come on, I'm tired. So it was a tough time. So throughout that time, I've always been into trainers, yeah. So I thought, you know what? Let me utilize this time to like buy and sell. So I started buying or selling on eBay. Yeah, so that was like my little hustle, bro.
Little hustle, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I had to get.
You couldn't do music.
And couldn't listen to it. Even my son at the time.
To it. Oh.
Yeah, like big up my son, man. Like literally, like when he used to come round, his mum used to bring him round. He'd be like, "Daddy, I'm gonna be really quiet, okay?" And I'm like, "Oh, thank you, bless you." So he understood. Do you know what I mean? So when he shut cupboards or open cupboards, he's very quiet. Because I'm talking about a light switch, like turning on a light, that was super loud. To the point I lose my balance. What? Bro, it's serious. That's why I say to all drummers, protect your ears, man. Like, wear your earplugs, man. Because at the time, I think I had I had cans on. But I didn't have any earplugs inside.
Yeah.
So when that click came in, it was straight into my ear, raw, innit? Like, there was no protection. So from then, after having that experience, I realized the importance of ear protection. Yeah, so for all you drummers that are drumming at the end of the night, your ears are ringing, don't play about it.
Yeah, no, can't remember.
No. Because the thing is, with the hyperacusis, I got tinnitus as well. Right, I had the ringing in my head. I had the ringing in my head.
Two at the same time?
Bro, two at the same time. Two at the same time. So like, with the hyperacusis, I would get a thing called pulsating, the tinnitus, I would get a thing called pulsating tinnitus. It pulsates with your heart. So you see like your heart to do, talk. It's like, ew. It was mad. So when I'm trying to sleep and I'm hearing this going off in my head, I'm like, nah. But the hearing aid, that played the white noise also helped quieten down the tinnitus.
Okay.
So it was like a double whammy thing. It was like fixing two things at once. But I would say that the tinnitus kind of went down quicker than the hyperacusis. I think for me, I could deal with the ringing in my ears, but I couldn't deal with the sensitivity to sound to the point I can't play.
So how long was this for then?
I was at 2 years. I was at the game 2 years. I was at 2 years. Yeah, I was out.
Man.
And what happened was when I used to like go online, like to see some success stories, everyone was like, "Oh, yeah, I tried to, end my life because I'm like." That's not my fault.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hear that. Yeah, no.
That's what. No, of course, nah. So my thing was just like, take your time. Perseverance is key. Go through the process of like, therapy, and just kind of occupy yourself with other things. And I think at that time I kind of stayed off social media as well because like, obviously you're happy for everyone, but then you're not in that place where you want to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So rather than like looking at that and feeling depressed, just kind of focus on something else. But there are times I saw glimpses, but I think it kind of, my mind's different in it. Like if I see something like that, it inspires me to get like, rah, they're doing well. I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
I've never been that kind of hater type. It kind of inspires me. So yeah, that's how it was for me.
The depression was a real thing, man.
Bro, but as I said, like my mind's different in it. It's like, how can I find a positive in a situation where it's a negative, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
The positive is longevity. Now I know the importance of air protection. Yeah, so when I did get better, bro, air protection straight in. So what I do is have my earplugs in and then cans on top.
Okay.
So if you don't want to do some mad up whatever levels, whatever. I'm
Yeah.
always protect.
You're good.
Yeah. So that's the method I kind of took. And I think the first gig I did coming out of
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about it. Yeah.
was Professor Green. Sam Blue was like, listen, man, there's this Professor Green gig in France. I'm like, is it Click? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, because that was the very thing that broke up my ears, innit?
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous, but I had my ear protection in, and I said to them, I want cans on top. To have my ear protection in and big cans on top, so if anything happens, I'm good.
How did that gig go? How did you feel after, like, hold on, I get to play drums, I get to, you know what I mean? Did you have a rehearsal for that, by the way? Or was it like a last minute thing you had to?
I think I just had to listen to a live gig that Sam Blue at the time, big up Sam, big up Jamie, and I just listened to that, and then just went there and played it, man.
Yeah, cause I was gonna say, like, wasn't there any rehearsals? But it sounded like I went straight there.
For that particular gig, no, but I think I had done the gig before, if I remember right, before I was sick.
But that's 2 years, bro.
I know, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. It was mad.
So hold on. So during those 2 years, like, you saying you didn't play at all? You couldn't, like,
no drums, because, like, I think towards the end, because you remember, I think I mentioned earlier to you, there was a photo of me with these ear defenders on, right? So, there was a gig that I used to do locally in Brixton. It was like a jam night thing, right? Anyway, so I went there one night, and I remember having these big ear defenders on, and I was scared because I was like, I don't know if I hit the snare drum, is that sound going to resonate and break out my ear? But it didn't. And I remember playing. So there's a picture of me actually with these big ear defenders on. So that was like my first, then I'll call it, moment of playing. And I was like, okay, I got this. You got this. You're gonna get better. You are gonna start playing drums again. So like even now, sometimes like being on like stage, like Grace gigs and all that, I'm like, I'm actually here again. And I'm always giving God the praise and the thanks for like giving me a second chance, you know what I'm saying? So it's been a journey, man.
It has been a journey, man. And so going on to Grace, how did the Grace Jones come about? And I'm not being rude. When you see kind of Grace Jones, she looks like a very interesting character.
Yes.
So what's it like working with her? Is she tough? Is she easygoing?
Okay. Yeah. Let me tell you about the initial first meeting of the legend Grace, right? So like I was playing for my brother Donny. I think we had a gig. I think he was in Jazz Cap or somewhere anyway. She's come to the gig. I remember playing, and I'm seeing this woman, it looked like she's this like dark cloak. I'm like, who's this? Okay, she just looked mad. Yeah. Anyway, when I get off stage now, and my brother introduces me to her, she's literally like this, talking to me like this.
Oh man, it's dope. The drum. How are you playing my band? You wanna kill it?
I'm like, okay, it's so much energy to take in. These times I'm on stage, I'm tired in it, I'm getting all this mad energy in front of me. I'm like, okay. So then literally, that was it. So then my brother introduced me to the MD. Yeah. Ivor Guest, big up Ivor. And basically had a conversation, sent me the music. And yeah, I was at rehearsals, man. But the thing with Grace, she doesn't really attend every rehearsal, sorry. So she would just roll up sometimes, just random. It's like, rah, Grace is here. Or you would just see her on stage at the gig. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's mad like that. She's rock and roll like that. You're like, yeah. To work with her, there's never a dull moment.
Like, what you just said, it can't be dull.
Bro, there was one particular gig I'll never forget. Like, I had my mobile phone doing a selfie playing, Hopefully I can say this on camera, right? But anyway, I had my mobile phone, so it's like, there, and I'm playing. It's only when I get back to the dressing room, and I'm reviewing the video, I'm like, there's a rubber dildo that looks like it's clapping me on my head. Bro, she's wearing it. Bro, she's wearing that, you know what I mean? A dildo, and it's like, I'm like, what is this? So visually, from the angle, it looks like, you know what I mean? It's hitting me in my head, bro. That was hilarious. I think I posted it on my Instagram. It was so mad. Well, I'm telling you, it was mad. Honestly. Honestly. That's what I said. I knew you were expecting that, bro. but never a dull moment. I'm telling you, that's a funny gig.
Oh my
It is, bro.
God.
It is. So yeah,
Yeah. You've been doing it with
for seven. How many years in this? No, not over than that. So what? 2007. My maths is terrible. 2007 to 2025. What's that?
a number.
A number. Yeah, it is. It's been a hot minute.
Oh man, that's good. So what's been like one advice that has helped you through your music career? What's been one advice that's like helped you?
Just be yourself. Don't try to be anyone else in it. Like, just be yourself. I mean, unapologetically you in it. Like, because what you bring to the table, people will navigate to in it. So like, don't try and emulate someone else's energy. And if you got any thoughts, just be tactful with what you say.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, because you don't want to shoot yourself out of a gig by having your opinions or something.
Yes, yeah.
And then so I'd say, yeah, just watch what you say. Just be a nice character. Just be humble, and always remember, like, you can be replaced.
Yeah.
I mean, so don't get too ahead of yourself. And yeah, just turn up, be on time. Yeah, of course, learn the songs, obviously. And as much as you are a great player on stage, be that nice person off stage.
Of course.
Yeah. Because like during like hang time, like when people, you're rolling with people, it's like they want to be around nice energy. Don't bring bad energy. So yeah, character, definitely.
But moving off topic a little bit. Now, you do modern music. And I've always said this. It's always important to not just focus on one thing. I think God's given us so much talents, abilities, gifts, and it's important that we use the gifts that God has given us. You know what I mean? So I know you do more than just drumming. What else do you do? Like, what other hobbies?
Okay. So I'm a bit like my dad. So like, yeah, my dad was like a jack of all trades. He would always be fixing, fiddling, there'll be times where he's in the house, yeah, and he's got the TV opened up, yeah. And he's like, boy, hold the wire. I'm like, all the things still. All right. So I'm trying to hold this wire. And he's got the soldering iron, all this sort of stuff. So then because of that, it kind of opened up this whole kind of world to me. Like, so then I started kind of like getting into the whole electronics, building drones, all of these kind of things. And then of recent,
Drones.
yeah, bro, like, because I'm into the FPV thing, so I wear the goggles and do the immersive flying and all.
Yeah.
So yeah, built the drones. So I thought, how can I kind of combine this kind of engineering, so to speak, with what I'm doing musically? So I thought, 3D printing. Okay. So I thought, why not try and 3D print my own snare? And that's how I got this.
Jeez, let me cut that. No, Drew printer drums. Drew printer drums.
So that was the first build I ever did.
You made this?
Yes, sir.
This looks proper professional. Look at this, guys.
Yo. Yeah, man. So
Sam,
it's the drum, bro. It works. It does the job.
nice.
So the gold badge was kind of like, the inspiration for the Light Master series and all of that. Yeah. So this was the first one. Okay. And then I thought, let me come with like a midnight series.
Way. So, it's still in a beta series, but like,
Yeah, it does the job. You're not doing. So
this looks nice, man.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
And was you doing this, see when you took your 2-year break because of your ear?
No,
Was this what you were doing?
I was actually doing. I'll tell you what I was doing. So remember I told you I was into trainers.
Yeah.
So the thing with trainers, like you got like vintage nights, for instance, when you leave them, like say for instance, I don't know, under a bed or something, after a while the polyurethane soles disintegrate. So I noticed that people like did a thing called soul swapping, where they'll take the old soles off, get a fresh pair of trainers, take those soles off, scrape up the old residue of glue, and then connect the two together. Now you got a fresh pair of kicks.
I didn't know that.
I was doing that. So I literally had a whole Instagram dedicated to sneakers, which I still have now, actually.
Shout out. What's the name of it?
It's vintage_spirit_drum drums. Again, vintage_spirit_drum drums.
Okay. So are these for sale? Like, can people buy it?
At the moment, this is the beta. So we're going through the beta series. Like when I've kind of fabricated to the point where I'm confident, like, yeah, this will hold the test of time, then definitely, I'll definitely have the nightly episode. It's funny because I brought one of them to school where I teach.
Yeah.
And my student was like, sir, like, if you release these, I'd love to be an endorser. Just to hear him say that.
Yeah.
It was nice. I was like, oh, bless you, man.
Humbling. Yeah.
Really nice. So
Let's look at this again, man. Let's look at this. Well, you've seen it first, guy, because when this comes out, when Andrew gets it, make sure you support the thing, you know.
blessings.
This is good, though, man. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Imagine just being on your instrument, right? Knowing you had all of this skill some talent to actually make a drum. Right. Thank you, man. Man, that is brilliant. So, Andrew, we're getting into a special segment now. All right. I want you to name me 5 CDs or DVDs that has greatly impacted your life.
Came prepared again.
Man, came.
Dennis Chambers in the pocket, fam. Come on.
Yo,
Come on, man. That was like
legendary.
I'm telling you.
That is?
Bro, that was on rewind, but I had it on VHS. So I had to go out and get a DVD, man.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, man. So that's one. That's one. Yeah.
And then there was CD wise, album wise, I guess, Don Blackman, which Dennis Chambers was featuring on drums. He did the triplet, which blew my mind. I was like, raw, that's mad. So you got that. Then there's Kimberell. Was it Everlasting Life?
Everlasting Life. Yeah. When the Doobie Powers on.
Yeah. That album killed it. What else? There was Donny Hathaway. I grew up listening to. Yeah, so like in my household, like between my brother and my sister, a lot of Ray Groove was being played in it. So I listened to a lot of that. What's that? Have I done 3 now?
3.
Jesus, 4th.
2 more. 2 more.
Jill Scott,
Yes.
the live album.
With what's the drummer?
I can't remember his name.
Eric.
I can't remember his name, but that album was killing anyway.
Oh, it's still annoying me now. Who's the drummer?
Bro, I can't remember. That's how terrible I am with names. I can't remember. Anyway, that
Yeah. And that, yeah.
Then I think when Usher, what's his name was doing it? Aaron Spears.
Live in Puerto Rico.
Bro, come on, man. You know when Aaron Spears like
Rest of me is Eric,
man.
Yeah, man.
And like he just come with this new vocab. I remember Peter Matthews was like, this guy's just different. I was just
Thinking is.
and even Ginger, he was inspired by
Yes. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. So yeah. I remember a lot of the time where I was in a band with Michael Smoothgroove, he would play a lot of the stuff. So I'll be listening to it all the time, like, check this out, Johnson. This is killing me. Aaron's killing me, man. Absolutely. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah. Those are the 5. All right. We are moving on to another segment. Guys, this is just a game. Okay. It's just a game. Right. So Andrew, I've got, a list of random artists.
Okay.
I don't know who's going to be picked. See, I've got a random name generator. All right. The only rule to this game, it has to be a UK drummer. Now, if the artist I pick just so happens to be from the UK and they've got a UK drummer,
Yeah.
and you want to use them,
Yeah.
that's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Only rule to this game, Andrew, it has to be a UK drummer. Okay? Are you ready?
Yes.
Now, I don't know who's going to get picked, yeah?
Mhm.
All right. The first artist, and this is random, what UK drummer are you going to get from Michael McDonald?
Yes.
Michael McDonald.
This is so random.
It is very random. I don't know who's getting picked.
Let's say Ginger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right. Next one. Pitbull.
A random artist, boy.
I know, it's so random. I don't know who's going to get picked. Pitbull. He's got the energy, man.
Energy, yeah?
I think Pitbull, you need a bit of energy, though, innit?
Let's get Joshua McKenzie on there, innit? Man's got energy. All day.
That makes sense.
All day.
All right. Destiny's Child.
It's, with Destiny's Child, I think Tolls would be on that thing, just...
Yeah. Jumping and that, innit? Yeah. All right. Queen. What UK drummer would you get for Queen?
I put Gareth Brown on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he can play. He can play anything.
Yeah, he's versatile, yeah.
All right, last one. Israel Houghton. What UK drummer will play for Israel Houghton?
You know what? I'm gonna put Sam Blue on there. I'm gonna put Sam Blue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put Sam Blue on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good selection.
That's it.
Yeah. I know this was so random.
I ran.
I don't know who was going to get picked, but that's the whole point of the game. You just don't know, of course. Yes? But Andrew, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on this podcast and, you know, sharing your journey and your story with us. I hope you guys were blessed by this. And I'm going to say this again. You seen this first. This snare drum, you seen it. Yeah? So when you see it at all the drum shops, you saw it here on this podcast first. Yeah?
God bless you.
So shout out your socials.
Okay, so it is Andrew. What is it? Andrew McLean. Andrew _ McLean music. I think it is. It's either Andrew McLean _ music or
Go ahead. Yeah.
that's what it is. Right. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah. If you want to see any 3D printing, obviously drums and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, remember to like, share and subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode. Peace.